Ladies and gentlemen, boys and sandwich makers, how you doing? My name is Pwn, and I have a kind of cool story today. You can leave your opinions down below in the comment section. That's what it's there for you to share your voice. But China, big boy China, straight up put the ban hammer down on EA, saying no, we are not going to allow Battlefield 4 in our country. They legitimately went all badman and banned everything. They're like, nope, you can't even search it. You type in the words, we're gonna smack you and just tar and feather your puppy. They're just like not okay with anything about it, but it's understandable to an extent. So first things first, I'm looking at this article, right? And it says China bans Battlefield 4 on grounds of national security endangerment. I'm kind of like, ha, yeah, is that even a thing? But looking at it, it says the Ministry of Culture of the People's Republic of China has reportedly banned Battlefield 4 on the grounds it contains content that endangers national security. They say the content is an aggressive attack on our culture, and they demand that all items related to the game, downloads, patches, news, information, website posts, everything, to be removed. It is no longer allowed in our country. Now, this comes along the lines of thinking about the brand new DLC. This has probably been sparked. They probably just kind of overlooked Seas of Shanghai. It was like, nah, big deal. And then, in the end, we have an entire DLC named China Rising, where they're big gripe and just like upset about the fact that there is war going down on their mainland. There's 4 locations in their country that is just being torn apart. On top of that, they're not really happy. I guess the most of the problems and most of the complaints lead back to how they are painted as a people in campaign. This is what they're doing. They're saying that this was a legitimate attack towards their culture, towards their people, and this was no accident. They're intentionally doing this to attack back at a country. And what they're saying is they saw it as a new form of cultural penetration and aggression. What they're saying is they're using Battlefield 4 and how they paint the Chinese people, and they're doing it to discredit one's country's image in the eyes of other countries. So what they're saying is they're putting this in there, they're making you think this is how China is, this is how our people are, this is how everything's ran, and they're trying to just discredit them and make them look bad, and that's the whole problem. So they don't want their kids and their youth seeing something like this, thinking that's how it really is, or this is how other people see us. So what they're doing is they're just cutting it off at the knees and not letting it grow any further. Do I support it? I don't think so. I think people have the freedom to choose what they want to play. But they banned television shows and movies and changed titles and altered that. They have their own rights, and it's something they're used to. I mean, that's not something that we would be pissed about, but that's something that's used to happening to their people. So, do I like it? No. It doesn't make sense to me? No. Do I understand it, though? Yes. So there's that. A lot of people are looking at this like this is crazy, but I honestly think that China is kind of loosening up a little bit. They recently just got rid of the 13-year console ban. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, they banned consoles in 2000, saying that it was concerning the parents and the people about the potential harm and physical and mental development of children. They're saying that it was no longer a good thing for kids to play video games because it gives them the wrong experience and ideas about the world. So they're like, no, we're just gonna shelter you. Go and do your homework. You know, that's just kind of what they were doing, which makes sense. I mean, as a responsible parent now, I'm kind of like, I understand that entirely. I can't blame them for wanting to do something like that. I think that we don't think that's okay. We think that's unfair because we're so used to violence in movies and horror and gore in media that we are, in fact, a little bit unusual to it. We think that they're missing out on what we have, and that it's not fair that they're limiting it. I just think, hey, it makes sense, you know what I mean? So they're kind of loosening up a little bit. This does not shock me that they did that, and this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Battlefield 3, actually. Battlefield 3 was banned in Iran. Yes, I don't know if that's exactly how you pronounce it. I know there's tons of different ways people throw it out there. Iran, Iraq, Iraq. I don't know. Either way, it was banned there, basically for the Tehran map. More specifically, the same situation and campaign where they had to go through the entire city, attack on the capital, and shoot people in the face, which I can understand that we throw up a flag saying, hey, that's not nice. But, you know, people get painted in different ways. Some people say that this is one way that our country attacks other people, or that there was something disrespect, but it could just be one of those things where people are overreacting and there was no real harm or malice behind it. So that's something I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on the idea. Do you think it's right that China banned this? Do you think it's unnecessary? Do you think there could be real motives behind them doing this? Do you think our country has this kind of scheming little thing behind the scenes where they do things like this? Do you think that's possible? I don't know. Give me your theories and your thoughts on this. Have a good day, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, stay moist.